Good evening, eCub fams. Welcome to another episode, and it's Hump Day, as Gilda likes to say. Unfortunately, she's not here, but make sure you catch her next week, of course. My name is Laura Mbatha, and I'm here with a very talented, very beautiful,
amazing Zaitun Ali, and thank you for joining us every single Wednesday from 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. right here on KTN Home. Remember, the hashtag is hashtag eCub, hashtag KTN Welcome Home. And you know how we start the show. It's time for an amazing event coming through, a jam-packed event. See this out. Yes, that was a good one.
it was an absolutely amazing event. But in the same light, don't be that babe who doesn't know when to leave the club. And that's what they're asking. Is 35 a little too late to find love?
Yep.
Is it?
Yep.
Is it?
I agree.
You do?
Okay. Let's say it's more of a warning, because at 35, it means you're not intentional enough to now know what you really want. Maybe you've been looking the wrong way. That's why you're not finding the perfect person, because 35 years, my God, ulianza kudate at around 25. 10 years, be intentional. Know what you want.
I totally disagree. I believe we live in a time where having a lot of self-accountability happens. We've noticed even with a lot of our celebrities, relationships probably last like for 2 years.
Yeah.
So even if you're 35, I believe if you're moving intentionally, you will find your person even in your 40s. I've seen my mom dating even in her late 60s because unfortunately my dad passed away. But it's very possible. 35 is never too late for you, honey.
At least she
around,
had
you'll be
started
fine.
earlier.
Doesn't
You agree?
matter. It
You
doesn't
agree?
matter. You
Yeah?
can date in your 50s, you can date in your 40s. There's a series of The Bachelor that's happening. It's called The Golden Bachelor, where
Yeah.
people in their 60s and 70s are actually trying to find love. Because what happens if you were married when you were 25 and your husband dies?
When was the first day you ever dated? Or when was the first year
23.
you dated? 23. Ah, okay. And
Yeah.
sai unaona, unasonga, uko kwa the perfect
I'm
trajectory.
at the cusp,
You
but listen,
agree,
but
right?
there's no time frame on when you should start dating.
Make it
Honestly,
a prayer
usiweke
point
pressure.
at this
Usiweke
point.
pressure to start a family. You can give birth in your 40s. And even so, now that economic times are harder, people are choosing to have children when they're financially capable. And if capitalism is not a deterrent enough to not have children in this ripe age, I don't know what else is.
And let me tell you what will actually make you get this person quicker, okay, faster, quickly, snoop. Because snooping out here is making people lose their relationships. And I'll say this because there's a lady who went online and said, I snooped into my boyfriend's phone thinking he was cheating. Now I have spoiled a surprise. He was planning for me. You can imagine.
Me,
Snoop.
imagine Snoop. In my
Hey!
experience when I was dating, snooping made me find out that my unemployed pilot boyfriend was also an unemployed doctor. He was treating women in his DM, but it's neither here or there. But always, if you see someone moving mad, feel free to step aside.
Oh
It's
my
never that
God.
serious.
But at times it turns sour because this lady actually, she was being planned for a big surprise. The man was buying for her a car. And he was talking to this girl called Angie every single time. Anaenda kuongea na yeye, the lady anamuona, anahepa kidogo, anamwambia kidogo, let me just take this phone outside because anashanga ni nini, kunaendeleaje. Imagine anabaiwa gari. Na akapata hapa, akaendea mpaka huyo Angie, anamuuliza Angie, what's up? What are you doing with my man? So ndio huyo man, ndio huyo. Akaambiwa ni gari
I
umebaiwa.
think also, like as
It's
a
spoiled.
babe, stop being confrontational. Like your issue is with your boyfriend.
Yeah.
Skipping
Alitafuta
all those
Angie.
steps, you're skipping the person you live with who's in communication with this person to unachoma fe when you meet mtu mwingine kando.
Exactly.
Really, just
But unajua mimi nilisnoop time ya time ya baby shower yangu. Hawajui, acha nimejisema on national television. I snooped on his phone and actually they were planning a baby shower for me.
Yeah.
So by the time it was happening, I knew. And sadly, I was not surprised and I will never do that again. So
but you work in entertainment, you need to feign excitement anyway. I feel like snooping is not the way. If you feel, I feel communication should be paramount in any relationship. If you feel a certain type of way, having to lower yourself into snooping, because this is someone's private space, it is lowering yourself. If it's not information that's shared freely, this is also not a person you want to share yourself with freely. You don't want to have a family with, because things like your phone shouldn't be an issue of concern.
Yep.
In my personal experience.
I apologize, but again, quality assurance, lazima to keep track. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah?
But anyway, tunaenda hivi tunakaa.
Mimi nishafika.
So guys, obviously during this long weekend it was like Heritage Day and stuff. Cool. So my boyfriend said he was going to a wedding over the weekend, you know. And he said it's his cousin's wedding, of which I didn't know that his cousin even had a girlfriend, but it's fine. And I said, can I come with? And he said, no, he's going with his female bestie. And I understood because obviously they've known each other for longer and the family also knows her and stuff like that. They know me, but they don't know me that well. You know, like, because I've met his other cousins, but like not all of them. And then, to my surprise, I'm seeing other people's posts, and guess who's the groom?
Yeah, listen. If you have received that message, uko wapi? Kuna ka engagement tu fulani nafanya hapa. Kidogo tu narudi. You might be in danger. Your boyfriend might be someone else's husband.
Imagine.
I've heard stories of people who have actually moved in with a girlfriend so that they could save money for a wedding. Yeah.
Oh,
to
that's
give
a
the
thing.
wife the dream wedding.
Oh.
So he was living with the girlfriend and then eventually moved out to participate in the wedding. But as usual, I'll always tell you people, I think in this generation, people skip the steps when it comes to dating, asking those important questions. Where is this leading? what does it, the fear of asking someone, what are we, because oh my God, he'll drop me. He's going to drop you anywhere.
Yeah.
The sooner the better. But I feel like it's important to ask questions when you're in relationships. For people, like, I've decided, like, it's a personal thing. I tell my friend, my father is passed away. So for every relationship I'm in, I have to be my own negotiator. So all those questions that they have in closed rooms as men, you have to step up and ask those questions, because there's no one else who's going to ask for me.
Determine the
woman,
relationship.
Exactly.
DTR, you have to.
Manifest it, have it.
Now you
only
see,
have the
imagine we
relationship.
get Snoop and get Jua, because the story, you know, umekaa chini, boyfriend amesema ameenda out somewhere just to attend a cousin's wedding. And apparently, ni yeye. He's the groom.
Yeah.
So imagine unge Snoop. Laura.
Imagine unge Snoop.
Hey, unge Jua.
Imagine ungejua. But for me, I remember I had an ex who texted me when his baby was being born to tell me he still loves me. If you're watching this, stop texting me. You bado nan text. Don't tabia mbaya, by the way.
What?
But men will show you things.
What?
Men will definitely show you things. But on this and other hot stories, zile 40 stories. Do you remember those storybooks? Those nice ones?
Alibaba.
Those ones.
Oh.
Alibaba and his 40 thieves attending weddings, having babies and texting exes. We will be right back. Keep it E-curve.
Yeah.